Welcome to the Wonder Bros Pod.
Yeah.
What's up? I'm Cody. This is Josh.
I'm Josh.
Yeah. And we're here to talk about The Incredible Hulk, episode 2.
That's right. Movie 2 in 27? 37.
38. By the time we get to the end of this, we are, for just a quick recap, we are here as Countdown to Doomsday. This is our first project in what is likely to be many projects where we explore many worlds, many universes, many different storytelling things. I have a lot of really fun, exciting ideas. We both do. We've come to the table with all these different lists of things. Very excited to talk about it. The thread that pulls that all together, though, is that we are exploring, rediscovering what it looks like to be excited about the idea of like childlike wonder that gets beaten out of us through our adulthood. Right. Rediscovering that, not being ashamed of it, and wearing it proudly, and exploring what life can look like with a childlike sense of wonder in life in our daily lives, and that through storytelling.
That's right.
And yeah, go ahead.
Sorry,
yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
that's right. So this is about great stories, and we're framing this right now. We call it the road to Doomsday, and we're moving towards December 18th, the release of the next Avengers movie, and we're going to Marvel rewatch. But one of the things that we've actually talked about is that there's a whole list of projects that we're hoping to do. Right. And in those projects, for those that are attached to our Discord and our Wonderkin, it'd be okay for them to reach out and tell us which ones they want us to do first. Very likely it's going to land on our own list. Yeah. But that will tell us which order we should do them in moving forward.
And maybe we'll do some polls and stuff. So like that's a nice natural way to plug the Wonderkin. Everybody go join the Wonderkin on Discord. You can go to wonderbrospod.com and see all of the links. As we record this, it's not actually there yet. But by the time this episode comes out.
That's right. By the time it's released.
Hopefully we will have all of our shit together.
That's right. That's right. Or at least some of our shit together.
Some of our shit together. I mean, yeah, we can grow over time. I think that's allowed, right? I think it's okay.
We're allowed to evolve.
Yeah. It's about being authentic.
That's right. Today, we're talking about the second movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Infinity Saga. We're talking about The Incredible Hulk.
Yes.
Not the most well-received of the MCU movies.
It made $264 million worldwide in the box office. So
was that profitable? Tell me that.
The budget was $150 million. So
kind of.
I would say this. After, for those listening in chronological order and listen to Iron Man first, the episode that we just did on Iron Man last week, it was definitely... It was the gamble, right? The $525 million. It was at the end of the lifespan of Incredible Hulk that they actually made the 525 back.
Right.
But it wasn't actually, I think it was like 580 something that Iron Man made worldwide. Okay. So it wasn't that. It was about half. Yeah. So, it made about what the first Hulk movie made.
Wow.
Before with what's his face in it? I can't think of his name.
Eric Bana.
Eric Bana, man.
So here's the problem with the Hulk for me.
Yeah.
Is that it makes shitty movies.
Yeah.
But it's actually my story. The Incredible Hulk for me is actually, it's framed off of the Jekyll and Hyde story.
It is. Yeah.
It's framed right out of Robert Louis Stevenson. And for whatever reason, there's some kind of potion that you take and the darker parts of you come out. Yep. And when the darker parts of you come out, man, they're fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
And another story that we'd have in monster or pop culture would be the werewolf.
Yeah.
For 29 days a month, this werewolf is fine. He's
a normal
fine.
person. Yeah.
He's doing his thing. And then and then 1, maybe 2 days a month, he wants to fuck some shit up.
You think somebody that had bipolar disorder, maybe undiagnosed, made the werewolf? Or maybe. Or Jekyll and Hyde?
Is Stan Lee bipolar? Let's find out in the notes.
Well, that's just the Hulk. That's not an original story, but yeah, go on.
But so for me, as disappointing as literally every Incredible Hulk movie has ever. The last time I enjoyed watching Incredible Hulk was Lou Ferrigno.
Okay, so you did grow up with that show.
Oh, I did.
I did. So, yeah.
And what's funny is the gift of Lou Ferrigno, with all respect to Lou, is that he's deaf, and so they couldn't use him.
That's right.
They couldn't use him for dialogue.
Right.
Have you ever heard him talk?
He was in this Incredible Hulk that we're about to talk about today.
Yeah, but he didn't talk. Have you ever heard him talk?
No.
Okay, so
maybe. I don't know.
There's a fantastic video out there for our Wonder Kid to go search, and it's him and his dad was his trainer.
Okay.
And there's a fantastic video. It actually comes up in, this is great. It comes up in Jay Cutler's workout video for his back, and it's on the end. It's
okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So Jay Cutler was a famous bodybuilder.
Mm-hmm.
Lou Ferrigno, also a famous bodybuilder.
Yeah.
In the same ilk and time of Arnold Schwarzenegger and kind of all those big guys. And there's this moment where his dad, Ferrigno's dad, is like leaning over him. He's going to do like some incline bench press.
Okay.
And he's like, how many are you going to do, Louie? And he's like, I'm going to do 10, Dad. Because he's deaf. And like, you're like, and he's like, all right, do 10. He's like, okay, Dad. It's amazing.
Okay.
It's amazing to think that is the
voice that comes out.
That's the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the green monster. So anyway, that's the last time I liked the Incredible Hulk. Eric Bana, Eric Norton, or is it Eric Bana and Eric Norton? Anyway, Bana and Norton, both of those, but both those movies were disappointing to me.
Yeah.
But the story itself,
Edward Norton. Sorry, I couldn't move on until we got it right.
Thank you.
I was like, what? That doesn't sound right.
Eric Bana, Edward Norton.
Yes.
And of the two of those, the one who'd be most pissed that I got his name wrong, Edward Norton.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
We'll get into that here in a little bit later. But so the Hulk for me is both it's a tragedy because I want a good movie. And we haven't gotten one.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, it was rough. I remember, here's the thing. I think Ang Lee's 2003 Hulk was absolute garbage. And I know a lot of people really loved a lot of aspects about it. I could appreciate the how they really tried to like comic book it up, right?
Yeah.
Like the scene changes to like panels and like the way they did it was kind of creative. I just don't think it played out very well. And obviously the CGI was garbage. It was high garbage. And so, you know, and the storyline was not super great. And it wasn't there. It was the whole thing was kind of a trope. And so
I will tell you, I growing up, I had a huge crush on Jennifer Connelly.
Fair.
And she is in the Ang Lee Incredible Hulk. And so as much as I love Liv Tyler and I love her in Lord of the Rings, I mean, Arwen Evenstar is fantastic.
It's funny. Last night I was watching the end of Incredible Hulk while going to bed, and Madison was in bed beside me asleep, and she wakes up and she just starts mocking Liv Tyler's voice because it's so whispery, and she was like, Rose, what's going on? Like it was like, and then she did that, and then she just went, and then rolls over, goes back to sleep.
You know what's really funny about that is,
and then from that point on, all I could hear was the whisper voice, and I was like, God, you had to point that out.
Well, it's funny if you take Liv Tyler's rasp and turn it up and put it in a higher octave. That's Steven Tyler's voice.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, that's true.
She brought the same gravel.
That's true. Yeah, agreed. Right. But yeah, I mean, I think that because of Ang Lee's Hulk movie, I remembered the Incredible Hulk more fondly because it was better.
Yeah,
arguably better.
That's right.
Low bar, but it was better.
That's right.
So I remember it fondly, and I remember thinking of it. I think I put it into the box of like, you know, it could have been better, but like it's fine.
Yeah, C+ B- for me. It's not a fail,
right?
But it's also like, if I'm going to pick a Marvel movie.
Yeah. Or if I'm going to go back through all of them, I don't watch that one.
Or I have fast forward on mute.
Yeah, I just don't even watch it. I skip it. And like, and usually, I mean, the last couple times that I've gone back through and watched the Marvel movies, I watch them in timeline order, like chronological order. So like, I don't watch them in the release order, and it is a lot more fun that way. But for our purposes, we're not doing that because, you know, we got all the stingers we have to talk about. And
That's
stuff.
right. That's right.
But I think that it was just, it just really didn't land well with me. And watching it this past time, I watched it and knowing the story, which we will get into a little bit, I think it's very evident, the story and the thing behind it. Let's talk about the beginning of it, though. So the origin story.
Yeah. So
we're talking about Stan Lee's 1962 comic. Right. From Stan Lee and Jack Kirby made up the Incredible Hulk.
R.I.P. Stan Lee, man.
Yeah.
What a gift. What a gift he was to humanity.
Yeah.
So I'm 6'3", 247 pound white male American baritone.
Yeah.
I am the epitome of white American privilege.
Yeah.
And so what that means is I have to walk around my whole life, from my stepdad, my mom, from my bosses, from the military, my whole life is restraint. You're too big. You're too big. You're going to hurt somebody. You're too big. Don't play like all the other kids play. Don't, we talk about this being connected to inner child and whimsy. Don't do that like the other kids because the other kids are smaller. They're not going to hurt each other.
When did you sprout up to be bigger than everybody? What age were you?
Really young.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
so
pre-pubescent? You were taller than everybody?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was taller than everybody. Just as a benchmark, I went into 6th grade.
Okay.
At 6 foot, 240 pounds.
Holy, this is the size you are now. Not that different.
I'm currently 6'2", 247 pounds.
Honestly, that's a flex.
Yeah.
You're only 7 pounds heavier than you were
shaped differently.
6th grade.
I'm shaped differently.
Sure.
I have more muscle now, less muscle.
Yeah,
now.
I would imagine broader shoulders.
I was a chubby kid, and that's fine. I was
at 6 foot, 240 is still, that can't be that chubby.
Well, it was chubby enough for me.
I'm heavier than that, and I'm shorter than you. I'm chubby.
Emotionally, I was chubby.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Emotionally, that's funny.
Yeah.
Sure.
Have you ever heard Henry Cavill talk about growing up chubby?
No.
Yeah. So he was a chubby kid.
Okay.
And
wow.
Henry Cavill is now my icon. I want to become like Henry Cavill. I want to become healthy and fit. But that was me at 6th grade. I remember going into the 7th grade into middle school football. And this is Southeast Texas football. Friday Night Lights, a big deal.
Yeah.
And I walk in and they go, finally, somebody with some ass on them. That's what my coach said.
Hell yeah. But donk. Love it.
Yeah. I had a lot of dumps in the trunk.
Got that apple bottom jeans going on.
Yeah, boots with the fur, actually. Yeah, that's right.
Got it. Okay.
So
thanks for painting the picture.
That's right.
Got that juicy ass.
Yeah, right. I grew up in a world where, Josh, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't let go. Don't let go.
Right.
And then suddenly I see a guy who fucking lets go.
Yeah.
Oh, man, he lets go. I mean, let's go. Yes, bad stuff happens. Things get broken. But man, for just a minute, he's free.
Have you ever wanted to do those like anger rooms?
A rage room.
A rage room.
Yeah, I've never done one, but I've thought about it.
Maybe we should do that. We should video it. We could put it in the Wonderkin community.
That's right.
We could talk about it. That'd be great. I've always wanted to do a rage room.
Just because.
Is there one in Chattanooga?
No, but there's one in Knoxville, I think. It's on
maybe
its way.
Atlanta or Nashville too.
Knoxville, I think is the closest.
Knoxville. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, my understanding, because I have an ex-wife, I know where the rage room is.
That's what she did in her spare time.
Yeah, that's what I heard. But because here we are with a werewolf. Here we are with a Jekyll and a Hyde.
Yeah. Right.
We have a guy who, again, the movie kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But the story, he is trying to figure out the super soldier thing. He's trying to figure out gamma radiation. And then suddenly he awakens something in him. And we haven't talked about it yet, but the alternate opening. So
alternate opening is dark as hell, but I would have loved to have seen it. I was going to bring it up. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's almost like that would have needed Zack Snyder.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
somebody real.
Zack Snyder actually probably could have made this movie well.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's right.
But it would have been a wrong time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah,
what was he making back then? Watchmen, which got basically zero critical acclaim, even though it's one of my favorite graphic novel movies.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
Yeah. But like for a listener that might not know, just the alternate opening was him in the Arctic trying to swallow a bullet.
Yeah.
And the other guy spits it out.
Yeah.
And then we actually hear that later. Ruffalo's character goes, I got low.
Yeah.
Got a dark place. Try to put a bullet in my mouth. The other guy spits it out. And
that's right. I forgot. They kind of like do a nod to that.
They bring it back. That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think that we knew that it was a gun though. In the original, all we know is the pitch was he was going to try to commit suicide.
Yeah.
But he couldn't, and then he turns into the Hulk in the process, which then shakes the Arctic, revealing Captain America.
That's right.
In the ice.
What it would have been, it would have changed the entire story arc, right?
Because we don't know how they found Captain America.
That's right.
That would have been honestly, that would have been great. But they were like, no, it's too dark. That's too dark for a blockbuster movie. That's what they were told.
Which again is fair.
It's fair.
If what you're trying to do is build momentum to get you to, so you never get the sort of morose, sad, grieving moment of Wanda Maximoff. If you didn't have enough blockbusters to get enough critical acclaim and enough viewership.
Or even most recently, Thunderbolts. Dealing with depression and suicide.
Oh, God, that's right.
So that's right. Yeah, or even Wonder Man. Like we go down it. We keep going into the void. Like it's crazy.
So as much as I want to shit on this movie because it wasn't great, it was built as a summer blockbuster, a little bit of horror, A little bit of attack,
Sure.
a little bit of action, a little bit
of like 90s action movie.
Yeah.
Like whenever he would turn into the Hulk, he would like look up at the camera and his eyes would be real green as like the smoke filled his face. I'm like, oh, this is so bad. It's so bad. Also, did you know that he hated being the Hulk and wouldn't do it? And it turned out that his face was actually so narrow that when they tried to stretch it, it looks weird.
Yep.
And so the face that you see in the movie is not his. When he's the Hulk. So, it's kind of crazy. Well, I guess we should probably jump into a little bit about like all of the things that I feel like I feel like there were things in the behind the scenes that really played on screen in a really bad way.
Yeah.
There's the beginning story is that Edward Norton, they signed him on as a big name. He's fresh off of Fight Club. And like there was a couple other big movies that he had back then.
He's the villain in Italian Job. That's great.
Oh, I know.
It's great.
So good. Yeah.
What a good little PG-13.
He was right after Italian Job. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it's a good little PG-13 action movie. It's great for a teenage audience.
Yeah, it was great. I loved that movie when I was a kid. I saw that movie so many times.
Why do you get to punch him? That was one of my favorite lines. Mark Wahlberg punches Edward Norton, and Charlize Theron is like, "Why did you get to punch him?"
Yeah,
it's a great line.
It is. It's so good.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things about this movie that was rough. I think, and I think it starts with the fact that Universal owned the rights to Hulk.
That's right.
They're the ones who distributed this movie because that was another shitty deal that Marvel had to go through and never really got those rights back. There's supposedly a rumor they got it back in 2023, but there's no guarantee of that. I mean, do you see a Hulk movie on the slate of anything? Nope.
But frankly, like, let's talk about how much screen time Ruffalo's gotten in everybody else's movies.
Yeah. And it's been, honestly, I mean, he's been able to really establish a character that I did not think we'd ever get.
Right.
And there's a lot of depth there. And what's the irony of all of that is, Mark Ruffalo was originally who they wanted to do.
That's right.
Right out of Zodiac.
That's right.
And would have been incredible, but they were like, it's not a big enough name. So they get Edward Norton, and they find out this was an awful decision.
It was a bad move.
Because he signed on with the idea that he would have creative control.
He wrote so many rewrites.
So many, and he was bugging people in the editing room. And I think this shows in the movie, he cared way more about being the Bruce Banner aspect of it.
Yeah.
And the character development there, and really trying to delve deep into that whole profile of character, focusing. Yeah. And he did not, he would just straight up not show up for the Hulk scenes to film. Which
is crazy. That's
crazy.
Whole...
It's part of it. It's part of it.
It's the name of the movie.
And he kept trying to cut out more Hulk scenes. He just didn't like them. Right. And I think that shows a lot in the beginning, especially with us following him around and doing the whole things and talking to Mr. Blue and the whatever bullshit that was. And he turns into.
But this is, again, this leads back into that. Like, he wanted to be the Jekyll, not the Hyde. He wanted to be the human, not the werewolf.
Right.
And in all good werewolf stories, you don't kill the wolf.
Mm-hmm.
You integrate the wolf.
Right.
Which is why I don't hate Professor Hulk. Now, I do think that it was a huge leap of abstraction to create Professor Hulk. I think it was a bunch. There's a bunch of part of the stories that you didn't get to see. Mm-hmm. And there's a bunch of Hulk that we never got to see before Professor Hulk shows up. That's fine.
I mean, Professor Hulk nerfs the very thing that we love about the Hulk.
Sure.
I think that at the end of the day, my favorite Hulk was probably Ragnarok.
Oh yeah,
by
far,
because that was that was pure Hulk. There was no Bruce Banner in that movie.
I'm gonna get to that later in our notes. There's some parts of that really come up for me in Ragnarok in a really good way. But yeah, I think Norton, and this is not my thoughts, not your thoughts. These are Norton's thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Walking away from the thing that was most important, the little title on the movie is The Incredible Hulk. And he wanted a Bruce Banner story with a little bit of Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not who we're talking about here.
He forgot what his audience, or who his audience was and how old they were going to be. Because this movie was for us when we were that age. Now they make movies that try to bridge the gap. But I think, as we will probably talk about at some point in the future, Marvel eventually figures out that their actual audience is in their 40s.
It's us.
And because they started to go the other direction, and that's just not the way they need to go.
But let's also talk about how all of cinema has done that. Like a Super Mario movie, that is directly out of 1983, which is the year I was born.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And you get somebody like Chris Pratt, who is who he is, and to have him play Mario is like, okay, fine, I'm in.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna pay to go to the theater and watch this movie, even though it's probably gonna be shitty.
Yeah.
It wasn't shitty. It was fine. It was a good
Really?
movie.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Yeah. I mean, Jack Black, and it was great.
Mhm.
And I mean, it's
Sure.
fine. It
Jack Black was a good Bowser. I felt like Chris Pratt was kind of a funny Mario, though.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
that's right.
Even though, I
Mhm.
mean, I guess the true origin story of Mario was that it was a guy that was literally mimicking a caricature of an Italian voice.
That's
So
right.
actually, in that regard, it kind of worked.
Yeah.
Everybody got mad because it's like, he's not even Italian. And it's like, neither was the guy who did the Mario voice.
The original Mario. That's right. Actually, and this was all a Japanese video game.
Right.
So it was never Italian.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's a weird, weird lore.
Yeah, that's right.
But,
okay,
yeah.
so because we're not talking about Mario today,
Yeah.
so we talked a little bit about the alternate opening, and I think the real origin, the thing that the Hulk added to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, is a no assholes policy.
Yeah.
And I mean, with all respect to Edward Norton and the work that he's done, he's kind of a dick to work with, as I understand.
Yeah. From what we've heard. Yeah.
And the rewrites that he did had a lot more of like him showing his face,
Mhm.
and a lot less of him being the Hulk. And of course, I wasn't there in the writing room. I'm not acting like I know that. I'm taking a lot of this from the internet. But what I'm experiencing is, and it's held true for the movie for me, was I saw way too much of Edward Norton and not nearly enough of the Hulk.
Yeah. And honestly, the CGI of the Hulk was not great. So
yeah, that's right.
it was a tough movie to make no matter what. The storyline was hit or miss for me. And it's hard for me. I don't watch it when I go back and watch the movies only because I don't like to somehow pretend that this is also Mark Ruffalo's Hulk. And that we're supposed to be just pretending that this is a back.
Yeah.
This should be a separate universe. This is a different Earth. This is Earth 816 or something. It's not 616.
Right. Let's dive into the pull list, because I think we're both kind of shitting on this movie, but there were some things that stuck out to me that I think were really important. You ready for this one? Here's the first one.
Yeah.
The moment that Emil Blonsky, he's now taken the first dose, and he's like, you know what? I'm going to fight this Hulk.
Yeah.
And he gets out and he fights him, and he loses, obviously. The kick.
Oh,
Boom.
man.
Is that all you got? Boom. He puts him into a tree.
Yeah.
And here's why.
At like 100 miles an hour.
I know. So one, just awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
Also, let's dive one more layer down. We create our solutions for today become the problems of tomorrow. Kicking Blonsky.
Yeah.
Putting him into that wall. Breaking every bone in his body.
Yeah.
Kurt does what? He jacks him up on the rest of the serum, turns him into Abomination. With a little bit of restraint. Bruce Banner doesn't have Abomination.
Right.
But Hulk, without restraint, creates Abomination. Before that, he was Emil Blonsky, the super soldier. And is he kind of fucked up? Sure. Is he power hungry? Great. Is he going to be some other version of Winter Soldier or Red Guardian, a bad guy who's a super soldier? Sure. Well, but he wasn't Abomination.
Wasn't he turning into Abomination before that moment, though? Remember, he was sitting on the thing, and you saw the spine start to come out, and
sure, but you don't see the transformation.
Yeah, that's true.
There is, and maybe I'm wrong. And again, I'm the comic book nomad. I'm learning about this as I go. But for me, watching the movie, not versed in how Abomination was created, I go, fuck! If he hadn't kicked him in the chest, he wouldn't have become Abomination.
I don't think you're remembering it correctly, because Emil Blonsky gets kicked and he heals because of the serum. Sure. Then he goes back to work.
Yeah.
And then he finds Mr. Blue and says, "You can inject me with the serum."
Right.
So it's kind of separate. I mean, but it was the fact that he came back alive, I guess, because of the serum.
Yeah, no. I think we're on the same page, which is
same outcome.
He got his ass kicked by the Hulk, and he goes, "Dial it up."
Sure. Yeah. Emil does that for sure. Yeah. And that is an interesting perspective too, that like, we see that time and time again as a theme that in storytelling throughout the MCU is it's like the repercussions of the worst parts of us when we were trying to do our best. Right. Like
Sokovia falls.
Right.
Now here comes the Accords.
Yep.
And it's like we were trying to save the world from Ultron. Yeah, but thousands of people died because of it. And now what? Now what do we do with that?
Yeah.
And frankly, this is why, yes, you and I in our conversations are leaning into the whimsy and the joy and the fun of these stories. But every now and then we drop down into the human element of these stories and why do they matter? And the reality is that the United States armed Al-Qaeda to topple the Soviet Union.
Right.
And fast forward to 2001, Al-Qaeda is who attacks us.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we create our own problems and trying to find a solution, especially when that solution is violence begetting violence.
Right.
And we see that in The Incredible Hulk.
It's true.
We see that across the MCU. We see the Ultron initiative turning into the problem, not the solution. And and here we are again at this werewolf who's unchained. Mr. Hyde, unchained, gets to be as angry as he wants. It's the Incredible Hulk fighting against Abomination.
And the interesting part is Abomination was much more integrated than the Hulk was,
wasn't he? Though that's right.
He went into it angry, and he embraced that anger.
Yes,
as his character.
That's right.
It wasn't a character flaw to him. It was what made him who he was.
He owned it.
Yeah,
which is we're going to talk about this when we talk about Loki.
Yeah,
like somebody who goes, "This is who I am."
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say it's negative or positive.
Right.
Because sometimes it is negative and sometimes it is positive. In fact, there are worlds where Abomination could have become a part of the Avengers, which is William Hart's original agenda.
Right.
Or,
Yeah.
So what he's looking for, what I keep saying the actor's name, William Hurt. Thunderbolt Ross.
General Ross. Yes.
Ross's original initiative is, I'm going to bring the Abomination. I can't control the Hulk. I can control the Abomination. Let me bring him in. And he's totally integrated. And you see that again whenever he's like sparring with Wong. When you see him again, this is
in She-Hulk.
As much as you love She-Hulk, and I know you love it.
Uh-huh.
But as much as you love She-Hulk, Abomination shows back up. And he shows
that
up.
was my favorite part. Well, that of She-Hulk, we can talk about She-Hulk now because we're not going to talk about it later.
That's right.
But I think there's some interesting connections to that because I love that they really kind of brought, again, bringing back Emil Blonsky, same guy, Tim Roth, bringing him back as Abomination, who is fully integrated in a way that is in many ways is like, he's always been better than the Hulk at that.
Wow.
From the very beginning.
Right. Yeah.
And I think that's really interesting. That was my favorite part about She-Hulk, bringing him back. I thought that was a really cool tidbit, but also, of course, the breaking the fourth wall was my favorite part of She-Hulk.
Talk a little bit about two things that come up for me. And again, we're kind of fast forwarding to She-Hulk, but we're coming back to it. Mm-hmm. Two things. One is you're the first person who ever turned me on to Tim Roth. You're the first person who told me about Lie to Me.
Oh, yeah.
What a great show.
Man, and I just love, we talked about this in the last episode. I love psychology. I love all things psychological, and Lie to Me was the first part for me because I am, a little tidbit about me. I am one, if anybody knows about the Enneagram, I'm an Enneagram 5, so very introverted, very introspective, very cerebral, and I love psychology. But I also, just a few years ago, I'm 39, just like 2 years ago, was diagnosed with autism spectrum, spectrum disorder level 1. Being on the autism spectrum, and not knowing it yet, I grew up so much of my life not knowing how to communicate with people, not knowing how to read people, not knowing how to have those social cues. So Lie to Me was even though the show itself was especially about the third season. First 2 seasons, great.
Season 1 is amazing.
Season 1 is amazing. Tim Roth's amazing in it. Season 2 kind of hits a plateau. Season 3 dives off a cliff. Yeah. Rightfully got canceled. Sadly.
That's right.
And it was also around the same time House was out, and it's very formulaic like House.
That's right. It's also, where else are you going to go with that? How many more times can you prove somebody's lying?
It's true, yeah.
It's every episode is the same.
Yeah.
With all respect to Tim Roth and everything that's going on there. Loved it for season 1. It ran for season 2. I'm sure they got paid for season 3. Should have ended before season 4. So I'm glad they stopped at season 3.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And then I went down the deep end. I got into the guy that Joe Navarro, who wrote all of the books on body language, was a major proponent of the show Lie to Me. And he's an old ex FBI interrogator who started teaching essentially TED Talks on how to read people's faces at poker tables.
Oh.
And that's where, and then he became an author where he would talk about, and he goes through, it's the most fun educational book you'll ever read because all he does is talk about different interrogations and stuff when he was with the FBI where he was a human lie detector and he was good at it. And so that I loved the whole idea. And that was my first wake up call to body language and how to interact with other people.
Yeah.
So kind of interesting
to see that there's an entire science around that, which as somebody who experiences autism 1, having a science that you can then read that can then help you connect. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get back to the poll. My poll is, I think, we already kind of went into Tim Roth's physical transformation. That's on my list. I think it was interesting for sure. The campus battle is really interesting for me.
I was going to ask about that because I think that you may have more information in the end. Maybe the answer is no, but why the hell did the sonic cannons work?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. All right, good. It wasn't just me.
I mean,
It's fine, I guess. But like, this is a guy that bullets bounce off of.
Yeah.
But then suddenly, sound waves.
I mean, he still got ears. Still got eardrums.
But like, also, bullets bounce off of him.
Yeah. But I think that's like it's kind of a stereotype or like I guess I say the word trope a lot lately. I feel like just in these 2 episodes.
Sure.
I haven't said it outside these episodes ever, but it's kind of like, it's such it's a cliche that I feel like stories, when they don't know what to do with an impenetrable character, they use sonic cannons.
Oh, sure.
They did Stranger Things last season, just recently did that. Sonic cannons. Okay, whatever.
Quiet Place did it too.
Quiet Place, sonic cannons,
sound waves.
At least that kind of makes sense. The whole thing's about sound and not making sound. A campus battle. I mean, there were some aspects of it I really liked, though. I mean, that was when we finally got to see the Hulk do something interesting.
Yes. What about 2 shields?
Yeah,
I mean, it's
pretty fun.
It's all right. Yeah, that was okay. Yeah. I was okay with it.
Yeah, I mean, protecting Liv Tyler's character from the fire, the helicopter, that was pretty fun. For back then, especially, like, that was cool.
Let's also talk about it, how the stereotype of the Hulk is a rage monster. But we've experienced something, and it happens, and for you, for me, for listeners, something to watch is how many times somebody calls the Hulk Banner, and he freaks the fuck out. But they call the Hulk Big Guy or Hulk, and he dials in.
Yeah.
Hey,
except
Hulk,
for Liv Tyler, always saying Bruce.
Yes. You beat me to the punchline.
Sorry.
No. It's except for
Betty
Ross.
Mm-hmm.
And she can call him whichever one she wants.
Yeah.
And that's in that moment where
to know that was the uniting force in his life.
There it is. It
is the love that crossed both planes.
And you later see it with Ruffalo and Johansson, like you see it with Black Widow. There's this
sun's getting real low, big guy.
Hey, big guy. She says big guy. Sun's getting real low.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Or who else? They say Hulk. Smash. Like, Hulk, for once in your life, don't smash. And every time he's talking to the Hulk, but he's like, hey, Banner, no Banner, only Hulk. Right? Like, that's in Ragnarok.
Right.
You see this moment where if they call him Banner, he gets real pissed.
Yeah.
But when they call him Big Guy or Hulk, he's like, I'm on the team.
Yeah.
And you don't see that much in Incredible Hulk.
Right.
Except for, you see, obviously, the bet. Is it, I feel shitty. Is it Betty or Betsy? Betty Ross.
So it's Betty.
Betty Ross.
Yeah.
I think I'm sitting here thinking of like the lady that sewed the flag.
What?
Yeah, Betsy Ross, the woman that sewed the
American flag?
The American flag.
Like in real life, yeah.
The 13 colonies.
Sure,
the circle of.
Is that her name?
Yeah, Betsy Ross.
Maybe it was inspiration.
She's so American.
So American.
Liv Tyler. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so for me, when I talk about the pull list, there's another one we haven't talked about yet because we keep talking about the Banner character. We keep talking about Abomination, but let's talk a little bit about the leader. He doesn't come up in this movie, but he gets teased real hard, and there's a moment in the movie where he smiles, and blood drops into his cracked open skull, and he smiles, and his head starts to grow, and everybody goes, oh, this is the leader. And of course, he didn't show up until way later.
Yeah, and it was kind of weird.
But it's one of those moments where somebody who knows about comic books sees that and goes, oh, damn. This is something I think the MCU has done. I think that Feige, I think that all of their directors have done a really good job of, which is giving the fans an extra nod.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Like giving them an extra moment.
Yeah.
Giving them a space where the retail viewer, the guy or girl who's never seen this before goes, what's that guy smiling for? But the comic book nerd goes, oh shit, the leader's being made right now.
Yeah.
And we don't even need the story.
Yeah.
And good news, we get the story later, but we don't even need it. That moment is somebody going, hey, and again, for Wonder Bros, people who want to experience whimsy and want to be validated in their joy of these stories. That's a great moment for the director to go, hey, I see you.
Yep.
I know you like this.
Yeah.
by the way. Let me just give you this little bit.
We're going to tie this, put a little bow on this pull list by finishing off saying, the one thing that I actually remember always about the Incredible Hulk, still to this day, is actually the stinger. The Tony Hawk, what the hell am I saying? The Tony Stark tag.
Yes.
For some reason, that was like a tongue twister for me.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. appearing right after we've seen.
Right.
We just saw him say Iron Man. This is all supposedly happening at the same time, both literally in real life and also this is right after they finished Iron Man, you know?
That might be the biggest genius of the upcoming of like Avengers as a team up.
We're putting a team together. That's what he says.
That's right. That might be the moment. We would love to credit Iron Man 1 for being the reason the MCU exists. And sure, that's without it doesn't happen.
It's that scene though.
But it might be that scene.
That was done without Norton's involvement. It was after the fact. And it was when they decided, you know what, these two have to happen in the same universe. Yeah. So like that decision being made in that moment to say we have to do this scene at this point. Mm-hmm. Now we're in the universe. Yeah. This is MCU being born right now. Because it wasn't clear that was going to happen in Iron Man. Like it could have just been a trilogy of Iron Man movies. Right. Just like everything else. Trilogy of X-Men, trilogy of Spider-Man. Like, just do the same thing. Right. So, yeah, for sure. All right, let's get into a little bit of the gutter. I think that there is some things to kind of dig into this. The 5 years in hiding. Whole lot there. We got to assume.
Here's the thing.
I kind of wish I could have seen it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, for me, the biggest gutter here is you've got a legit Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu master, global master from the Gracie family, teaching Edward Norton how to meditate.
Right.
And you watch him like punch him and like make him. We never see that not working.
It's true. How did he get to the place where it worked?
How many Gracies died on the way to that moment?
Exactly. Yeah.
Like how many Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu meditators got fucked up?
Yeah.
Because they punched him while he
died.
Yeah, that's right. That's
head clean off, you know.
There's a whole like family of wheelchair bound Gracies.
Yeah.
Because they tried that.
Or completely in the ground.
Or they're in the
probably in the ground, the majority of them.
That's right.
The only way they would survive is if they were a Emil Blonsky.
That's right. Yeah. So apparently the Gracies are a super soldier race.
How do you get to, and how do you agree you've killed my entire family, but I'm going to give this a shot?
It'll probably go fine now.
Yeah, that's right. I think I got this. I think this time point, I'm going to win.
Yeah, I'm going to send you to Comertage. I'm not going to do it anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
Go somewhere else.
It's kind of what that was. It's definitely what it reminds me of. It's like foreshadowing for Comertage.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was my biggest gutter moment. Is like what we don't see is
the meditation techniques, the heart rate training. Who taught him that?
We're going to talk about that in a minute in the fizzle. So the biggest gutter for me here is all the parts of the story that don't show up. Yeah. Right, like all
there's a lot that they left out. Like
That's
a
right.
lot.
That's right. And you've got it in two places. You've got both Hulk spaces where Hulk shows up and fucks shit up and nobody even knows about it in this movie. And then you've also got the moment where
how did Betty not know? How did she not know about the Hulk?
Yeah.
She thought he just ran away?
Yeah. Like
disappeared off the face of the planet?
Yeah, my boyfriend Bruce just left. It's like, well, he had a thing going on.
But my dad's obsessed with him. Like, it's really weird.
Can't stop looking for him. And like, Dad, I'm dating other people now, which she is in the movie.
Yeah, I mean, she moves on. We don't see that. She's now dating the dad from Modern Family, which is weird.
That's right. Yeah.
I can't not see him as the dad. He can never play another character. Like I only see him as the dad from Modern Family.
That's right. It's good. The other thing that happens, so that's on the Hulk side, but also on the Bruce Banner side, we see him being bad at Portuguese. We see him because he says, you wouldn't like me when I'm hungry. Like, okay. But then...
Well, and then he gets picked up by the guy in the truck, and he starts to speak Portuguese, and the guy goes, I don't speak Portuguese. So then he switches to Spanish.
That's right.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
It's like, okay. Multilingual now. Cool.
Yeah, what I love about this is how succinct and easy to follow this movie was. Being sarcastic. But there's also the side of, there's an ironic moment where the owner of the factory is like, if you keep doing this, I'm going to need a new factory. Mm-hmm. And then 3 scenes later, they fuck the factory up and he needs a new factory.
It's true.
Yeah. So, I mean, again, that kind of space where you got a PhD in all kinds of different technology and understanding gamma radiation, and he's fixing electrical equipment in a drink factory. I mean, it's fine, right? It's like, okay, I get it.
It's kind of lame.
Yeah, it's again,
got to make money somehow,
and maybe that's the point of the story. The point is like, I'm just trying to live a normal life, and I can't.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of his own prison. His prison of his own making.
Interesting.
Sure.
That's a great moment.
The spark and the fizzle.
Yeah.
The fizzle.
Yeah.
What worked for you? Like, we've talked about a lot of it, so I think we can kind of get through this a little bit.
So this is funny for me because I heard you in a previous episode say that you like a good origin story.
I do.
I liked that this wasn't an origin story.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like when you do a new Batman movie. Do you really need to see Bruce's parents die again?
Or do you need to see a spider bite Spider-Man?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We know. We know.
Show us in the opening credits. Move on.
That's right. So again, in the opening credits, you experience Edward Norton, and I loved that they did a really good job of like rolling back to the Lou Ferrigno, and I can't remember the name of the actor that played David Banner, but like there's a very
Bruce Banner.
No,
David Banner.
Yes.
Was it David Banner?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Do you know this? So
it's
when
like vaguely
when Stan Lee first writes Bruce Banner, he writes Bruce Banner.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Jack Kirby writes Bruce Banner. By the time they adapt it in the 70s or 80s, it doesn't matter. Point is, Bruce sounds too gay.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You're right.
So
I forgot about
they
that.
Changed his name to David.
Wow.
His name
so
is David.
Shitty.
Dave. Yeah, that's right. It is shitty.
Yeah.
So his name is David Bruce Banner.
Oh, God.
Now, fast forward to Eric Bana. His name is Bruce David Banner.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. So again,
right.
I meant it when I said David Banner. But the point is, like, Edward Norton, like the green cross over the forehead and the like gaming chair that dials back.
Yeah.
Those are all direct relations.
Chair.
Yeah. But they're direct views of the original, what happened with David Banner.
Mm-hmm.
But they do it in credit scene. Let's get the fuck past that.
Yeah.
Let's get into the story.
Mm-hmm.
I liked that.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, after
opening credits, get the whole thing out of the way. We get it.
I get
it. Yeah. I also had skipping the origin on my list.
Yeah.
I liked the loneliness aspect of it. I liked how Bruce is really having to live in the whole tragedy of Banner's existence. I think is very apparent. Yeah. I do like that aspect of it. It feels very like spy, like Born Identity, which I loved. Okay. But then it was kind of done poorly. I felt like Tim Roth was incredibly committed to his role.
Yeah.
I know for a fact that he worked behind the scenes. He did all of his own physical like stunts. He did all this training for it. Like he was very into it. Yep. Can very much appreciate that. Yeah. And in many ways, I think Tim Roth's character was kind of the redeeming factor of it, because I really didn't like Edward Norton at all in this movie. And I love him in other things. Fight Club, amazing movie. Love that. Will always hold a special place in my heart.
That's right.
Classic male white dude thing to say.
Yeah,
but, but I mean, it was, I didn't, random side.
The first rule about the Hulk is that you don't talk about that.
Well, and like, here's the thing. Fun fact. I didn't actually see Fight Club until not that long ago. Like,
really?
Like 5-6 years ago, maybe? Yeah. Well, about like 10 years ago. It was before I met my wife. So like, I'm pretty sure it was like, but it was like late 20s.
Gotcha.
So like really late to the party on that one.
That's right.
And I'm watching it the whole time being like, what the hell is happening? I know. If you haven't seen it yet, shame on you. Go see it.
It's a great
shame
movie.
on me for waiting so long.
It's a great movie. Yeah, that's right.
So I love that for sure. We can go to the fizzle part of this because I want to get into this. I didn't feel like Edward Norton played a smart guy very well.
Yes.
You right? Did you feel that way?
He played a lonely guy pretty well.
Yeah.
He played a guy who's avoiding people pretty well.
Yeah, he played a guy who seems to be trying to feel emotions but doesn't.
Later on, we hear that Bruce Banner has 5 PhDs.
Yeah.
None of those came through with Edward Norton.
No. The way he talked, the way he carried himself, maybe he had enough arrogance for 5 PhDs.
That's right.
But that was about it. And like, it was a very poor depiction. I left feeling very unsatisfied for a Bruce Banner / Hulk. And of course, now that we know that it wasn't the Hulk, like he wouldn't even play the Hulk. I think that Norton's face couldn't map to the Hulk. That's another thing for me that was just like blah. And then I'll finish with, I caught something that made me laugh out loud when I was watching it. I was laying in bed watching this at the end, and there's a part where when Ross is trying to convince Blonsky to take the serum, right?
Right.
And he's like, man, you should be a colonel by now. How long have you been at this? So you're like, what, 44, 45? And he goes, 39. I laughed out loud. It's like, there's no fucking way this guy's 39 years old. I looked it up. He's in his late 40s.
Yeah.
I was like, they gave him an out. He should have said, yeah, I'm 45, 44. Yeah. At least it's believable. 39?
Yeah.
Anybody watch this movie and think that was a joke?
He's lived hard.
You're right. I'm like, I'm 39. Like, that is not what I look like. I better not look like that.
That's so funny. You don't, by the way.
Thank you.
You don't look like a mid-50s British guy. Yeah, you're doing great. Right.
I was like, there's no way. There's no way he's 39. Like, that was the biggest. I was like, that was actually like we'll definitely talk about this at some point, but it was almost like a jump the shark moment for me.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, jumping the shark is a term that's been used in film for a very long time. It is unaffectionately labeled as the moment where something so crazy for the plot happens that it takes you out of that and brings you back to reality, where you go, that's impossible. That won't happen.
Yeah.
That can't happen.
Yeah.
And that stems back from Happy Days. In one of the last seasons, Henry Winkler, also known as the Fonz, is skiing.
Yeah.
And literally jumps a shark.
Mm-hmm.
He literally jumps a shark.
Which sounds real plausible.
Yeah. Totally makes sense in Happy Days.
Right. That's right. And because of that, we call it jumping the shark.
Right.
Yeah. So my fizzle here is so it's anchored in the love scene.
Okay.
Here's why. So we're supposed to think of the Hulk as a rage monster. Right. It's when he gets mad, shit happens.
Right.
But he's carrying around his heart monitor. And he's now like having an erotic moment.
Yeah.
And his heart rate goes up.
The dumbest scene.
Yes. And here's why this matters. So Star Wars episodes 4, 5, and 6, the Force is this masterful, mysterious thing that, oh my gosh, if you don't pay attention, you might get passed up. But if you do pay attention, wow, what a gift.
Right.
And then in episode 1, it's like there are these things called midichlorians, and those midichlorians are in your blood. And if you have enough of them, you're like motherfucker, you just scienced magic.
Yep.
And so the same thing happens here, where his heart rate is what might turn him into the Hulk, and he might be having sex with her, and suddenly his dick goes 4 sizes too large and kills Liv Tyler. And he's like, I can't do this now. And it's like, no, you're not mad. But we just demystified and created science. It's my heart rate is what's going to do it. And that took me out of it.
I agree with you. I remember seeing that scene and being like, what are we doing? Like, this doesn't even make sense. It's just your heart rate. It's not anger.
Right.
Come on.
Because earlier today, when I was watching the beginning of this movie, when you get mad, shit happens. But now it's just if your heart rate goes up.
Right.
God forbid you got to walk uphill for 16 minutes.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's the moment where you're like,
better stay in good shape, because if you have to run, you're just going to turn into the Hulk.
That's right. Like I'm late for my train, and now I'm hulking out and blowing the train up.
Yep.
And it's like, no. And that was a moment right there where I was like, I get that they were trying to create loneliness. You mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
They're trying to create loneliness. And so in order to do that, they get unrequited love. I love you. You love me. Let's do this thing that adult people do whenever they love each other. Oh, wait, we can't because I might turn into okay, fine. But in doing so, you mechanized. You created machinery. You created science around something that up to this point was mystical.
Yeah.
And emotional.
It was emotional, yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's about physicality.
Yeah.
Or physiology.
Yeah. Talk about just demystify the whole movie for me.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, well, as long as his heart rate doesn't go up, it's fine. Let's just take his heart out. And now he'll never become the Hulk again. And it's like, okay, let's put a pacemaker in there.
Yeah, I guess he's got to be like lobotomized. No more Hulk.
Well, what if you just, legitimately just put a pacemaker in there and never turns the Hulk in again?
It's true. Yeah.
It doesn't matter how mad he gets. The pacemaker is going to keep his heart. Right?
Yeah.
Well, shit. Now we've just turned the
problem solved.
Yeah. Game over.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Who needs, anyway, that moment for me again. And that might've been for me, the biggest violation of this story.
Yeah.
Everything else would have gone great.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have been fine with Blonsky. I'd have been fine with Norton. I'd have been fine with Liv Tyler.
Yeah. But it was the sex scene. Really killed it for you.
That's right. That's right. I love a good sex scene, and this was a bad one.
And they were going to have that in a PG-13 movie in 2008.
Right. But I mean,
that was like their way of almost doing it and then
right.
not, and it was probably funny to them. And it felt like that. It felt like they were like, oh, this would be funny if we did this. And then they ruined the entire
Ruined
lore.
the movie. That's right. Yeah.
Ruined the codex.
That's right. And that for me is the most egregious violation of this story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm off my soapbox, but that was, man, that pissed me off.
So, film's legacy. What did it teach Marvel?
No assholes.
No assholes.
That's right.
There was a whole editing room battle, which is also crazy. The final runtime was only 112 minutes. The original cut was 135 minutes.
Right.
Pretty much heavy on Banner's emotional journey. It would have been boring. It was already borderline going on boring there for a little while in the first and second act.
Yeah.
And, it's funny when the Avengers was coming together, fans assumed Norton would return. And then Feige issued his infamous statement in 2010. We have made the decision to not bring Edward Norton back to portray the title role of Bruce Banner in the Avengers. Our decision is definitely not one based on monetary factors. They literally... but instead rooted in the need for an actor who embodies the creativity and collaborative spirit of our other talented cast members. The Avengers demands players who thrive working as a part of an ensemble, as evidenced by Robert, Chris H., Chris E., Sam, Scarlett, and all of our talented casts.
Right. Whew. Yeah, so like for somebody
Edward Norton was an asshole.
That's right. So for somebody who may not know
money.
What all he was saying, he's like, we could pay for whoever the fuck we want.
Yeah, at this point, like, it wasn't money.
But he's a dick.
Yeah, we're not working with that dude.
So we're leaving him out.
Rough. I hope that Edward Norton has grown. I hope that he's in a good place now.
Honestly, I hope he hasn't.
Maybe he's just still himself.
Like, hey,
I mean, honestly, I know what you're going to say. I think the artist aspect of me, the artist part of me, 100% is like, yeah, dude, just do your thing.
Yeah,
like, and if they don't like it, they don't like it. You're not their brand. That's fine.
This is James Franco.
Yeah,
right? Like, do one for you, do one for them. Whatever.
Yeah,
whatever. You're a grown up. You're in an industry. Do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Also, sometimes what you want to do will make you lose jobs.
Right.
And if you're okay with it, fucking do it.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I haven't talked about this really, but I'm a musician. I'm a songwriter. If you want to hear me, I got to do a little shameless plug. Go to CodyJamesHarris.com or just search Cody James Harris wherever you listen to music.
Yeah.
And part of that for me is like when I go into a studio, when I go and record music, when I write music.
Right.
Writing music's a little different. I love co-writing. I love working with people collaboratively. Yeah. I love the collaborative experience, but there's also sometimes I have a vision for something and I'm like, this thing has to happen or I can't sleep at night. It has to go up my way. Right. And that's just part of it. I think there's a mad scientist aspect to creativity and artistry that I can appreciate.
Yeah.
I always try to respect people.
Yeah. Norton does it. Franco does it. Sean Penn does it.
Sure.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It just also means that you're a liability. And whenever we have a production that spans multiple universes and 50 mainline artists coming up into Infinity War, at that point, Edward Norton was never going to get the next movie here.
No.
And it's okay.
And you know what? He rode off into the sunset with his head held high.
Did a great job.
His response years later was, which it was cheap. It was brand defensiveness or something. But what Kevin Feige has done is probably one of the best executions of a business plan in the history of the entertainment industry. As a Disney shareholder, you should be on your feet for what they pulled off.
Okay. That is not a compliment.
No, I mean, no, but it kind of sounds like it's like a backhanded compliment.
Yeah, that's right. It's a backhanded compliment. You executed a business plan and it's great for the shareholders. That's an artist saying you're not an artist.
Yeah.
Which is fine. Again, Edward Norton gets to say that. It's fine.
They predicted that it would perform in the range of the 2003 film, as like it typically does. And it did. 245 million worldwide. That was what 2003 Hulk did. 2008 Hulk did 264. Yeah. So it was right there and almost exactly right. Exactly enough to validate the Merrill Lynch gamble that they did. And they made their money back. So
that's right. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So to be fair to a movie that we both didn't like.
Yeah.
It did bridge us to profitability, allowing us to get the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
And ultimately, what should have happened did happen because they wanted Mark Ruffalo in the beginning they got Mark Ruffalo.
That's right. That's right.
I think we end it there. That's a good place to land the plane, I think. Go to wonderbrospod.com. Join us on our community. We're on Discord. It's going to be a fun place.
Yeah.
When we all can gather there. We're still in the beginning stages, so I don't know if anybody's on there except for me and you, but you know.
That's right. Right.
Come join us and there's 2 followers. It's us. Spoiler.
That's right.
Next episode, we are talking about Iron Man 2.
If you want to be the 3rd follower, you will get direct access to both of your hosts.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, it's not weird.
It might be a little weird. Yeah. So next episode, Wonder Man. Oh, next episode, Iron Man 2. We get to talk about Whiplash and how shitty that was. But
I don't know. There's some things I like about it.
No. I don't dislike all of it.
Yeah.
But
I don't dislike all of it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And I really want to dig into Rourke.
Oh, for sure.
And that
talk about method actors and artistry.
That fucking bird.
We're going to talk
about the bird.
We're going to talk about the bird.
I can't wait.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you next week.
All right.
See ya.